Okay. So Barry, the first question is for you, so do not forget to unmute yourself before your answer. What about the data that are collected? What kind of measurement is it, and in what framework data are collected? Are these people that want their building to be monitored and pay for that?
I did read that. I'll break it down. So the way the data is collected is via a push system. So the data is taken directly from TechTight and Fantastic, the software, and is then pushed into our server, which then manipulates the data, or takes the data and drops it into the relevant fields. I'm not sure in which framework the data are collected. I assume that means we take it as part of the regulations or part of the test standards. So we write our own test standards in the UK called ATTMA, TSL1, TSL2. TSL1 is for dwellings, TSL2 is for non-dwellings. So those regulations or those standards that we write are listed in the building regulations here in the UK. So that's effectively the framework that we operate. We operate within our own framework. And people that monitor buildings, they do pay. It's the people that do the testing that pay for it. But it's such a low fee, so it's £1.75. It's about €2 per plot. So it's a very small fee. So it doesn't really impact the way. It doesn't really impact the test fee very much, because it's always around about 1% of the cost of doing the test itself. Hopefully that's that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's all ATTMA tester that lodged their value in your.
Yeah, there's about 500 of them spread across the UK. But we're now we're at capacity now. There's enough work for every tester. Unless the change to the regulation happens, we'll double to around about 1,000 testers, I suspect.
Okay, thank you. Now it is a question for Maarten. Which European standard does the STS refer to?
It's still the 13,829, which was the standard in 2014 when we first wrote these STSP reference. Yeah, there's a revision done, but it's still not published. So we're still waiting for the authorities to publish a new technical reference. There should become a new version in short, but we're still waiting.
Referring to ISO 9970,
yes.
Right? To be coming. So I guess this is a 2. Connected to the requirement, there is a slight evolution to lower values, but also not very clear from data of VK, Flemish Energy Agency. Do you want to comment?
Yeah,
on that?
there might be a slight evolution, but if there is an evolution, I think it's a very slow evolution towards better airtightness. I do not see big evolutions
right now. Okay, I think, yeah, I don't know which one of you have mentioned that, but why is it hard to have the volume for using N50 value?
Because it's not reported. In the reference in Belgium is the heat loss area and not the internal volume, so this data is not available.
Yeah. Is the same airtightness test procedure and standard used for home and commercial buildings or
yes.
retail school?
In
yes,
Belgium
it
is. Yes.
And I think in UK, Barry, there is 2 different documents, right?
Yeah, the 2 different test standards, yeah, TSL1, TSL2.
Okay. Why would you say quality has not improved in the construction practice in these 6 years? I think that was for Maarten.
No idea, because maybe we were already on quite a good level, and when we started this framework, EP regulation in Belgium has started in 2006. So in 2015 we were already 9 years far, and maybe people were already somehow aware of good airtightness. I cannot. I cannot say if the building airtightness is so bad in Flanders. Maybe we should be happy already with having 3.3 or 3.5. Maybe it's already not that bad. and going real to further improve will maybe cost a lot of effort to get it right, because this is also the average value, which means that a lot of buildings are already doing better than that.
Yeah, and maybe they won't have a payback on investment on the energy performance if they were doing just slightly better than that. Yeah. So it may not worth it. Are the N50 value measured using Moderator test?
Well, yes. We only presented measured values. So it is the same database, and when we have the leakage area, we can calculate the V50, and when we have also the internal volume, we can calculate the N50.
Yeah, but I guess this is not an input for the energy performance calculation, the volume.
No.
So yeah, that's why you do not always have it. But there is some precision, yes, saying that the VK has the data of the volume in the EPB report.
Yeah, this can be, but we don't have it in our database. We are not the VK.
In Belgium, there are some exceptions for big building in STS, but no separate standard yet.
Yeah, that's true. So if the building has more than 4,000 cubic meter internal volume, then there are some exceptions defined. But this is not happening that much in Flanders, these big buildings.
Okay, thank you very much, Maarten. I think, we don't have more questions here. If you do still, we will have more time for questions at the end of the webinar. So if you still have questions for Maarten and Barry that comes to you during other presentation, do not hesitate to say for Maarten at the beginning of your question or for Barry, and we will ask it at the end.